Hello and welcome to my Let's Play / stream of Star Trek Online. This is with my TOS era tactical officer. This is part 30, Jabberwocky. We are now, we have picked up the Orb of Possibilities from the True Way terrorists who had taken it from the City and Order storage facility, and are now on our way back to Bajor with them on hot pursuit. So just bear with me and I will hail the commander and get this mission underway. Okay.
You have recovered the Orb of Possibilities from Gul Kardec. No doubt, you are being pursued by True Way forces. You must return the orb to the temple in Hathor. I have notified Vedek Krim. She is waiting for you in the temple. How can I help you?
Shall I accept that mission, and we will now head over to Bajor. I thought I was in orbit of Bajor, but clearly I wasn't. It's over there. Not doing the sphere of influence. Okay. Let's begin Jabberwocky. We've arrived in the Bajor system, sir. We are, sir, detecting Cardassian warp signatures. Is True Way. They're hailing us on screen.
I am Gulmutak of the Krieger, Adjutant General to Gul Kardec. You are carrying stolen property belonging to the True Way. Lower your shields and prepare to be boarded.
Are you insane? We are in orbit of Bajor. We could have ships here in a moment. He's cut off communications and is powering up weapons. What are your orders, sir? How deep Space Nine?
Sarah's here.
Commander, we have been ambushed by the True Way in orbit of Bajor.
In the orbit of Bajor? But how could they? Nerve of that. Sorry, I'm okay. I will borrow the Defiant and be there momentarily.
Thanks, we'll hold off as long as we can. We should be alright. Commander.
Good. You're still in one piece. Let's teach these Cardies a lesson.
I appreciate your zeal, Commander, but let's not get carried away. So we've got Galor class and a Krieger, which I think is a Keldon. Oh, what Keldon? Two Keldons, really. The Keldon is a good little ship, actually. That ability you see there to be able to deploy photonic versions of itself. It comes with, I think it's spiral disruptors. I've got to wait for the red alert to cancel.
Last of them for now. I will remain in orbit while you return the orb.
Thank you, Commander. Are you ready to beam down, sir? Beam down. Medic Kryn indicates that she's waiting for you at the temple. Acknowledged. The wisdom of the prophets. Medic?
How may I help you?
I'm here to return this orb to the temple.
Wonderful. The prophets have smiled upon us this day. What was lost has been returned to us. You have done a great service for the Bajoran people today, and we are most grateful.
It was an honor and a privilege to carry this burden.
Please, place the orb upon the altar.
With pleasure, Medic Kryn. I have returned the Orb of Possibilities.
The service rendered is not the service desired. What does not belong cannot be returned.
I don't understand.
What has been returned does not belong.
Terrace?
We must travel backward.
When we gaze in the mirror, we see our faces as others do, but reversed.
Your task abides. You have recovered an orb. Now you must return it.
As you must return.
Where's Jones? What the? I just spoke with the prophets. Interesting. Medic Kryn.
I would be honored to know what the prophets shared with you, if you are willing. Sometimes their visions can be very confusing, and I have some experience interpreting them.
It's very cryptic, but they seem to suggest that this is not their orb, that I must return it elsewhere.
Elsewhere? But it is an orb of the prophets. Where else could it belong? Unless... Are you familiar with the so-called mirror universe? I know very little about it myself, but there is a book on that table over there by a Vedic Eth describing his experiences. Perhaps it can guide you.
Thank you, Medic Kryn. Read on the mirror universe. I have been fascinated with the existence of the so-called mirror universe ever since our instant contact with it. I have interviewed the emissary Colonel Kira and others about their experiences with the mirror universe, but many questions remain. It seems the mirror universe has prophets, but are they the same prophets? There's no mention of a celestial temple, and certainly the mirror of Benjamin Sisko is no emissary. I shall petition the Vedic Assembly for permission to enter the mirror universe. The Vedic Assembly has denied my request. Besides the debates about doctrine and theology, the deciding factor was political. The Federation has quarantined any access to the mirror universe, and Bajor is seeking membership. I have continued my research by interviews, but my questions remain unanswered. I fear I have no choice but to renounce my seat in the Assembly and pursue entrance to the mirror universe on my own. I don't have the technological prowess to create one of those multi-dimensional devices myself, but I have an engineer friend who owes me a favour. I am lucky to be alive. I managed to cross over to the mirror universe, but Terek Nor, as they call Deep Space Nine, has been taken over by the Terran Rebellion. They're using it as a base of power, attempting to reassert their control over Bajor sector. Bajorans are not trusted, and are used mostly for mining and ore processing, a cruel irony given Bajor's history in both universes. But I was able to join with the Bajoran workers and get some of my questions answered. The Bajorans in the mirror universe are much like us, and it sounds like their prophets are also similar. They even have orbs such as we have. However, to them the celestial temple is a myth or a metaphor, not a physical place such as ours. I don't know if this is because it simply hasn't been discovered, or if the prophets of that universe have sealed themselves away for some reason. The only way I've found out is to either cross over with a spaceship and somehow procure one there. to I've received a curious message from somebody in the mirror universe offering me assistance. No. Shortly after this century, Relic Eve disappeared and was never heard from again.
Sarah's here.
We believe the orb is from the mirror universe. We think we have to pass into it through the anomaly we found earlier.
Acknowledged. Be careful. The mirror universe is known to be more treacherous than our universe, and you will be cut off from any support here.
I appreciate the concern, Commander, but that's all we will be fine. Yes, beam me up and set course for the Badlands.
Sarah's here. What is your status?
We entered the Badlands and are heading to the anomaly.
Acknowledged. Keep comm lines open as long as possible.
Acknowledged.
We have limited intelligence on the mirror universe, but from what we know, it appears the Terran rebellion spread from Terok Nor, eventually forming a new empire. The Terran Empire has reoccupied Bajor. I believe this Captain Lita is the administrator of the Bajor sector.
I am Gul Haneri of the Torn, Chief Tactical Advisor to Gul Kardec of the True Way. You are not welcome here. Lower your shields and prepare to be boarded.
Well, have they ever successfully managed to get anyone in the Star Trek universe to ever lower their shields? So I believe we can activate the portal by bombarding it with Tetrion radiation. Tachyon radiation. Make necessary modifications to the deflector dish.
Greetings. I am Captain Lita of the Terran Empire. What a pleasure it is to have visitors from your universe. When Gul Kardec said you might be along, I didn't really believe him. But I couldn't afford to take the chance. Surrender. Now. And I will guarantee the safety of your crew.
We will never surrender.
What a pity. We could have had so much fun together. And now, I have to destroy you.
You can try. Very full of herself, isn't she?
I won't make the same mistake next time.
So we are clear to walk to Bajor. Let's walk to Bajor. Those are worker bees that are part of a ship trait that I have. So we're now on Mirror Bajor. We're right on Bajor in the Mirror Universe. From what I have been able to pick up from comm chats, Bajor was reconquered by the Terran Empire and occupied by them again. We should be on our guard. Acknowledged. Sir, those appear to be two-way soldiers. Could they have followed us through the portal? I believe that it's more likely that they were Gold Kardec's troops waiting for us.
Gul Kardec was right. You are formidable, but pitifully predictable.
Terran forces attack the invaders! I want them alive.
Nice hot pants.
Guards! Guards!
We will meet again. Soon.
Gold Kardec.
You have interfered with my plans for the last time.
Stop! Fighting is not permitted here.
This is not your affair.
What? Changeling. Haven't seen one of you since Dominion War. Catch him then. Speak with Vedic grin.
Thank you. I feel much better. But a changeling? Here, we only have stories. In any event, what was the purpose for your visit?
I have come to return your orb.
The Orb of Possibilities? But that was lost decades ago, during the first occupation of Bajor. However did you come by it? Never mind. The prophets teach us not to look at their workings too closely. Don't just stand there. Place it on the altar.
You are most welcome. And before we do that, we have to look at this pad.
Golkardek to Golpalat. I have run into some complications. Namely, some agents have interfered with my plans. They have stolen the Orb of Possibilities. I assume they have returned it to the Bajorans by now. Fortunately, the anomaly remains stable. I was able to retreat to the Mirror Universe, where I have taken shelter with my Terran allies. However, I believe they are waiting for my return. Therefore, I need you to meet with Dumatsu Khan at the facility in the Devos system in my stead. Coordinates are attached.
Now, before we return the orb, we can find out what happened to the mirror version. Let me see, the other universe. There is another universe that lies alongside ours. There have been several crossover events throughout the centuries. These interactions have often been pivotal in our history. I was unable, amidst the recent turmoil, to interview people directly about their experiences with the beings from the other universe. The Terran Rebellion took over Deep Space Nine and subsequently reoccupied Bajor, and they weren't very interested in the questions from a pesky Vestic. Discovery of the Celestial Temple in their universe led to the discovery of the Celestial Temple in ours. This left us with many questions. But weren't these events synchronous with both universes? Are there other secrets that we could learn from the other universe? I shall petition the Vedic Assembly for permission to enter the other universe. The Vedic Assembly denied my request. Besides the debates about doctrine and theology, the deciding factor was political. The Terran Empire considers the secret of crossing to the other universe a state secret. Bajor is already struggling under their thumb, and the Vedics don't want to create any further problems. I've abandoned my attempts to cross over at this time, and instead I am simply trying to make contact with the other universe. Perhaps if I can contact my own counterpart, we could join forces. I have managed to make contact with my counterpart in the other universe. I didn't reveal my identity, but I offered myself assistance should I make the crossover. My counterpart revealed many things about the other universe. The Bajorans are a part of the Federation, a peaceful, seemingly weak counterpart to the Terran Empire. The Cardassians occupied Bajor in the universe. The Celestial Temple led to the Gamma Quadrant, where a race called the Dominion dwelt and fought a war with the people of the Alpha Quadrant. Among this empire called the Dominion, the leaders were a species called themselves the Founders, and others called them Changelings. A being called Odo, who worked at their Terragnor, is apparently one of these creatures, but did not know his own origin. Their basic form appears to be liquid, but they shift to virtually any form. The ability of these changelings to make and shape various key personnel causes the other people knowing the problems. I must notify the Assembly of my findings. No. After reporting his findings, Vedic Eth disappeared under mysterious circumstances. Foul play was suspected, but never proven. So the Founders got rid of him. So let's return the orb again. I have returned the Orb of Possibilities again.
We are most grateful. We had thought the orb lost forever. You have restored the balance.
Your enemies lie in wait. They want to prevent your return.
But we shall restore the balance, as you did.
You have returned our orb. Now you must return.
Prophets move in mysterious ways. Sir, what just happened? You opened the orb case and suddenly everything went white and we appeared on the Clemson in orbit of Bajor. And we appear to be back in our own universe. I believe the Mirror Prophets returned us. I must consult with Vedic Kryn.
Greetings. I did not see you enter the temple.
I believe the Mirror Prophets returned me here.
Indeed. I know little of the Mirror prophets, but if they are like ours, then this is a great honor. Rarely do the prophets interfere so directly. I take it your mission was a success?
Yes, the orb is back in its proper place.
Then you have the gratitude of 2 Bajors. May the prophets continue to smile upon you.
Thank you, Reddit Crin. So let's return to our ship. Yeah, I wish there were more missions in the Mirror universe. It would be nice. The plot is thickening, of course. We've now have found out that changelings are here. So let's speak with Commander Sheriff Mina.
So, Gul Kardec was a changeling. This does not bode well. An alliance between the True Way and the Alpha Dominion could prove disastrous for the Alpha and Beta quadrants. However, the orb has been returned to the Mirror universe, and you have returned to ours. Nevertheless, we must stop this alliance before they can do any further damage. We shall analyze the pad you retrieved to see if we find this Ketracel White factory.
Let's choose another reward.
How can I help you?
And we will, of course, return for part 31, where we will do the factory. It's factory, yep. Yep, the factory. So we'll do part 31, which will be the factory. And we'll find out what the Alpha Dominion are doing, assisting the True Way. An alliance between the True Way, the Alpha Dominion, and the
pad you discovered on Gul Kardec. How can I?
And the Terran Empire would be pretty bad. But hopefully we can put a stop to that. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in part 31. Ciao for now.